Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Thursday, the first day of June 2023. And we begin with a stunning upset at the French Open as an underdog took down the number 2 player in the world. 23-year-old Hues was ranked 172 coming into the clay court match at Roland Garros against Russian superstar Daniil Medvedev. The Brazilian qualifier was making his first main draw appearance at the Grand Slam and said playing on this court and beating him is a dream come true. Medvedev was clearly disappointed, telling reporters, "I had a mouthful of clay since probably the third game of the match, and I don't like it." According to ESPN, the 5-set, 4-hour thriller marked the first time a second-seeded man lost in the first round of the French Open since 2000, when Pete Sampras faced a similar defeat. Smoke from wildfires burning in Nova Scotia, Canada is forcing thousands from their homes and causing hazy skies over parts of the U.S. As of yesterday, no injuries were reported, but according to NPR, more than 200 homes or structures have been damaged or destroyed. There are at least 13 fires in all, some still burning out of control. The National Weather Service issued air quality alerts for parts of the Northeast and some mid-Atlantic states Tuesday night. The cause of the fires remains unknown. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called them incredibly serious and said the Canadian government would provide assistance as needed. A cheese roll might sound like something you eat, but in southwest England it's actually a competition, and a fierce one at that. Dating back centuries, the annual cheese roll involves hundreds of racers tumbling, running, bounding, and flinging themselves down a steep 590-foot hill in pursuit of a 7-pound wheel of golden yellow double Gloucester cheese. According to the BBC, rugby players wait at the bottom of Cooper's Hill to catch people as they crash across the finish line. And crash they do, sometimes suffering broken bones and bruises. This year's winner of the women's race, 19-year-old Delaney Irving, did not realize she'd won until she regained consciousness after bumping her head crossing the finish. When a reporter asked her how the race went, she said, "Good, now that I remember it. I just remember hitting my head. And now I have the cheese." A Texas teen is hoping the 6th time is the charm at the Scripps National Spelling Bee, which wraps up in Maryland tonight. 14-year-old Akash Vakoti was just 2 years old when he entered his first spelling competition in Virginia. Last week, he told the Washington Post, "I'm just a person who really likes words," and according to his father, was fixated on them even while in diapers. Akash has now become the only student in the National Spelling Bee's more than 90-year history to enter 6 times. He first qualified in 2016 when he was just 6, and in 2019 got all the way to 42nd place, a record he hopes to break today. It's his last chance to do that before he ages out, as contestants may not be past the 8th grade or older than 15. He says his favorite word is 45 letters long. Way too long for us at KidNuz to pronounce. The lack of smell can make virtual reality seem more virtual than reality, but 2 new VR devices may change that. One uses a nose patch and the other a soft mask, both containing scented paraffin wax to tackle the core problem with VR smell, which one scientist explained as, "How do we miniaturize this, make it not messy, and not use liquid?" According to Popular Science, researchers from Beihang University and the City University of Hong Kong created 30 different scents, from herbal rosemary to fruity pineapple to sweet baked pancakes. They say a scented virtual experience can be more than just entertainment. It can trigger memory in people with cognitive decline or help improve sense of smell after COVID or other illness. Next on the horizon, virtual reality taste. That's it for KidNuz this morning. Now, our KidNuz quiz. How many national spelling bees has a Texas teen qualified for? 6. What is the name of the underdog French Open player who upset the world number 2? Say both wild. What kind of cheese do contestants chase at the annual cheese roll in England? A 7-pound wheel of golden yellow double Gloucester. How many virtual reality scents did researchers in China create? 30. In today's KidNuz kicker, stick tape may not be the hot topic at the Stanley Cup Finals this weekend, but some scientists think its color could affect the outcome. According to NHL rules, players are free to use any color tape they want, but most often use black or white. According to The Athletic, 57% of the top 10 goal scorers in the past 10 seasons used white. However, Dr. Eric Gayer, a neuro-ophthalmologist and surgeon in Massachusetts, says black may be best, as he says greater contrast disparities between a visual target and its background make it easier to see, especially for fast-moving objects. Meaning, a goalie might not see a black puck coming off a black-taped stick as easily. In the grand scheme of the game, however, it might not matter much, as scoring also involves power, speed, accuracy, deception, and determination, in addition to the goalie's eyesight and reaction time. Speaking of hockey, another cool kids podcast called Who's Smarted has a great episode with all sorts of fun facts on the sport. Check it out anywhere you get your podcasts or on their website, whosmarted.com. A big hello to our teachers and classrooms. Mrs. Tanaka's top Monstar Bulldogs from Les Jardins Academy in Kailua, Hawaii. Mrs. Ross's Dolphins at Samantha Smith Elementary in Sammamish, Washington. And Ms. Avila's Crow Cougars at Crow Leadership Academy in Arlington, Texas. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share KidNuz with all your friends and family. And we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.